What's going on, Mother Truckers? Welcome to Mother Trucker News. Please email us at muthatruckernews@gmail.com just for any of your concerns at all. And let's talk about this as a community. Now, here's one right here. People have been sending me this from Original Trucker Barbie 2.0. Follow her on TikTok. Follow her on Instagram. I've heard links down below. You know, she says she works for this company that starts with C. It ends with T. So, Kat?
So I'm on my break right now, and I'm going to use this video as like evidence, I guess, as to what's going on at this company that I work for. I'm a truck driver, and I work for a company that starts with C and ends with T.
But here's the thing. She's saying that they have outward-facing cameras and inward-facing cameras, and that she's saying that the cameras are actually still staying on even when she changes clothes.
If you can't figure it out, I'm sorry. Most of you know who it is. And I used to love this company because I knew that they had my best interest at heart. However, that completely changed and went out the window when they installed cameras into our trucks. Now, these cameras are front-facing as well as facing into the cab. They are supposed to be on for 15 minutes after you have shut down your truck, forward-facing, so outside of the truck, they're supposed to be on for 15 minutes just in case something happens during that time. However, mine continues to stay on facing my cab while I'm getting undressed. And I know that it does because it's blue when it's just sit there at idle before it shuts off.
She says in the video that, you know, sometimes she's looking up a GPS on the map so that she knows where to go. And even if she's looking at that real quick, it gets her for distracted driving.
But it's green when it's recording the inside of the truck. And it has a sensor on it, so it knows when your eyes leave the road for any reason. It knows when you are following too closely to the car in front of you, so on and so forth. Now, I have played with my controls. I've been on my tablet. I have been on my maps to figure out where I'm going, and it gets me for distracted driving. It doesn't matter what you do. If your eyes leave the road for any period of time, you're distracted driving.
So one of the concerns that she has is, you know, she says that when people are changing lanes, she doesn't just brake right away because she thinks that's dangerous for the vehicle in the back, but she'll just slow down. But then the camera turns red and it'll get her for tailgating. So she's getting in trouble for this. You know, what are your thoughts about this right here?
And I'm a little bit of a tailgater sometimes. So I do get following too closely. And sometimes I cannot help that. If somebody passes in front of me or somebody moves over in front of me and changes lanes, I am not going to slam on the brakes just because they got in front of me. I will slow down. But as soon as I realize that and I notice that they're too close to me and I start to slow down, I look at my camera and it's gone red, which means it's already caught me and telling them that I am following too closely. Now, this only catches 8 seconds at a time. Now, I can explain that somebody cut me off or somebody was in front of me, but it only records for 8 seconds. So they only see 8 seconds of that time. And because they saw me following too closely, I get blamed for it, no matter how much I explain. Now,
so she tells this crazy story that basically, you know, in the last 6 months, she's had 5 calls. And within those 5 calls, you know, 3 were for bad, 2 were for good. Now, one of the bad, which was also good, they said that, you know, she dodged out of the way. And she actually got her face an award for this. But at the same time, they said that she was distracted. So because of that, you know, she got this award and she got disciplined and she got a 1-day suspension. I mean, this is getting a little bit too intensive.
Now, my camera got installed in October of 2022, so I have only had my camera for about 6 months. Within that 6 months, I have had 5 phone calls from the safety team, 3 of which were telling me that I need to pay attention to what I'm doing, you know, and to remark about the things that I was doing wrong. And then 2 of them were to congratulate me for seeing improvement. And one of those bad calls was to give me an award because I avoided somebody trying to fling me off the road. My freaking face is on their wall for that award. And then they proceed to tell me that I have a 1-day suspension because of it. So not only are they telling me that no matter what I do, I'm going to get disciplined, but even for doing something good, I get rewarded with discipline. It's so backwards.
I reached out to her and then I asked her, you know, with all this, what have they done? And, you know, basically her whole situation in hand is she can't turn off her truck because she doesn't have a generator. She's in places where it's just too hot. And so she keeps it on. So when she keeps her engine on, the cameras stay on. And so they just tell her, she needs to like block it or throw some clothes on it. And sometimes, she can forget. So it's just this whole thing of privacy that she feels like she has to do this extra thing just to make sure that she feels comfortable. Right. I feel like the company should be putting a generator in the truck. For her to turn this truck off. And it sucks that the camera's got to be on at all times because she has to keep her engine on because, it's hot as heck at sometimes,
I told you guys that I got a suspension, 1-day suspension from those calls, from 5 phone calls in 3 months, 2 of which were congratulating me for seeing improvement. And one of those bad phone calls, and I had an award for, and my award was taken a picture of with me, and my face is up on their wall. And so I proceeded to talk to my dispatch about it. And they had me sign a paper and so on and so forth. And then I also heard that I am being targeted, that they are watching me super close. That makes me feel extremely violated and extremely disgusted because I know that that camera is still on, even when I'm in my sleeper. So that means that they're watching me while I'm sleeping, or they may be watching me while I'm sleeping or undressing or at any point. And that makes me feel really disturbed and really unsafe. And then when it comes to my driving habits, which I'm getting better at, but following too closely. If I do not slam on my brakes and cause an accident behind me, I am in trouble because I did not slow down and create enough space. Even though I don't feel that it's safe to slam on my brakes and cause an accident behind me. So, be that as it may, I decided that I am going to fight my suspension. Not to mention that when he gave me my suspension, he said that he could give it to me at any time that he wanted. Meaning whatever day he wanted to take off for me, he could. And he did. But I let the safety manager know, or the safety conductor know, that I was uncomfortable of what I had heard, and that I no longer felt safe at the company, and I would appreciate that if he did not contact me directly, and I was going to fight my suspension. After that, HR contacted me and told me that she wanted to talk to me, which I knew what it was about. However, I told her something along the lines of, I'm sorry you got my number, you weren't supposed to. I will not conduct meetings with safety or HR over the phone any longer, and then I will be doing it face-to-face with a witness, and the meeting will be recorded. I have not heard back from her. I have not checked my email or anything like that, though, so we're going to see how this plays out, and you guys are going to come along with me because I'm going to show you what it's really like to be at a company who says that they have your back and your safety at heart, and when you feel uncomfortable, how much they will stab you in the back to get what they want. At this point, I feel like getting a lawyer because I feel like my suspension was wrongfully given, and I don't feel that these cameras are being monitored the way they should. And I say that because I actually have proof of other drivers who are doing the same stuff and their cameras never caught. But mine is. We even did an experiment to see if that would happen. And I'm getting caught, but they're not.
So Mother Truckers, comment down below what your thoughts about this. But definitely, whatever company that starts with C, that ends with T, you need to take care of this girl because she definitely has concerns. And, what you're doing and just throwing it and, sweeping it under the rug, it's not going to do it. Mother Truckers, comment down below what your thoughts about this. But again, this is what's going on, and we like to share this information, and this is what we want the community to know. So, thank you, Original Barbie 2.0. We appreciate you, and we hope this works out for you. Please let us know, and thank you for letting us use your video. So, Mother Truckers, comment down below.